What is happening in the field of nursing? Is the shortage as bad as it seems?
Right. Thank you, Dr. Phil. And forgive me if I sound like I have a higher sense of urgency than your other guests. In New York City, New York State, we are now the epicenter, and our fear is that the United States will become the epicenter of the world. We do not have enough personal protective equipment to deal with the outbreak of the coronavirus today. We feel that we're not in a safe situation. We're far from a safe situation. Nurses are getting sick, doctors are getting sick, the frontline staff are getting sick. We need to raise the standard of the level of personal protective equipment here in New York. Um,
What
there's
do you
a
need that you don't have?
Well, the first and foremost, we need N95 masks. They form a tight seal around our face. The goggles, the visors, these are the bare minimum. We need ventilators. Ventilators are key to turning this disease around and having better outcomes. We need more staffing. And we feel that in terms of personal protective equipment, that the CDC has let us down by dropping the standards. And we feel that it's a reflection on what supply we have available and not what is the absolute best practice in preventing disease. We understand that if we run out, that we need to have a plan B, but don't
Right.
make the plan B the plan A.
Right. So you're already to that point. And are coworkers really at this point diminishing because they're getting sick themselves, whether it's coronavirus or not? I mean, the long hours that are working, the lack of sleep, the immune system being depleted, and then of course you've got coronavirus on top of that. But it just seems like we're running all of you guys ragged to the point that you really can't fight things off.
Yes. My colleagues are sick. I have friends that are sick. We know a couple of nurses passed away already. We have, there's a doctor in critical care. This needs to be taken as absolutely as serious as it is. It's the level of anxiety that we operate with now is through the roof. And one of the questions that I wanted to ask you, Dr. Phil, is while we're pumping at full steam and doing everything that we can do, what can we do, in terms of dealing with the fear, the anxiety that comes with being a healthcare provider in New York City? How can we, as we face the reality of life and death situations, how can we pause and for our own mental well-being and our own health as we attempt to deal with this crisis?
Well, it's one of those things where you absolutely have to take care of yourself so you can take care of others. And it's a matter of disciplining and creating times during the day where you do decompress, because we know if you take even 10 or 15 minutes where you can get into quiet time, decompress, de-stress, get the lactic acid down out of your bodies, and really actually almost in a meditative way get yourself to self-soothe and get quiet, that will last. The effects of that will last for 6 or 7 hours throughout the day before everything builds back up. The challenge is getting those 10 or 15 minutes where somebody will not be pounding on the door, pulling you out there, and somebody in crisis. But if you can take those 10 or 15 minutes a couple times a day throughout the week, I promise you longevity and efficiency will go way, way up. It's just a matter of finding enough discipline to actually do that and having people leave you alone.